Hello dear students, welcome back to my science class. Today I am going to continue with the chapter light. So let's begin. So dear children, already we have learned about the image formation by plane mirror. Today we will learn about the image formation by spherical mirrors. Spherical mirror. Spherical mirror are of two types. Concave mirror and convex mirror. Okay. How we will draw concave mirror? Now, this is a concave mirror as because reflecting surface is concave. Mirror, concave mirror, a spherical mirror is a part of a sphere, right? So, if we can draw a line through the center of that sphere, that line will be the principal axis of the mirror. Principal axis of the concave mirror. Now, light ray that are parallel to the principal axis, light rays that are parallel to the principal axis, after falling on the concave mirror, they converge to meet at a point. You know, these diagrams are ray diagrams, so always we will give the arrowhead. This light rays after falling on the mirror converge to meet at a point on the principal axis. Right? You will draw it with the help of a scale. Your diagram will be more perfect. So, the point on the principal axis where the light rays converge to meet is known as principal focus. This is the principal focus. Right? This is the principal focus, and this length is the focal length. I will tell you that image formation by a concave mirror is completely different from the image formation of that of plane mirror or convex mirror. They are completely different. In case of plane mirror, you have read that always virtual images are formed. But this is not happened in case of concave mirror. In case of concave mirror, whether real or virtual images are going to form, that depend on the distance between the object and mirror. If we keep the object very near to the mirror, we can see virtual and magnified image. We can see virtual and magnified image. That is why concave mirror is used by the dentist whenever they want to show the magnifying view of any tooth, right? So, but in other cases, whenever the distance of the object varies, whenever the distance from the object increase from the mirror, the type of image also change. We will discuss about that later. So, now to compare, we are drawing a convex mirror. See, I have drawn a similar kind of pharex, but reflecting surface is different. So, it's a convex mirror. Similarly, convex mirror. Here you can see in case of concave mirror, I told that light rays after falling on the concave mirror converge to meet at a point. So it's also known as converging mirror. Converging mirror. Right? Concave or converging mirror. Now, for convex lens also we are having the principal axis. Light rays that are parallel to the principal axis after falling on the convex mirror diverge like this. Okay. We will give the arrows. See, they are diverging. And if we draw lines behind, we will see that these light rays are meeting at a point on the principal axis. Right? This is of course the focus, and this is the focal length. Right, this is the focus and this is the focal length. So concave lens, in case of convex mirror, light rays after falling on the mirror, they appears to be diverged from a point. Actually not they are diverging, they appears to be diverged from a point. That means we have drawn imaginary line here. So like plane mirror, convex mirror also form virtual image, not the image, real image. And as the light rays are diverging, so we can say it as diverging mirror. Okay, we can say it as Okay, now we are going to see image formation by spherical mirrors. Right? Already I told you that unlike plane mirror, in case of concave and convex mirror, distance between the mirror and object play a very important role in determining the nature of the image. First we will take example of concave mirror. First we will take example of concave mirror. In case of concave mirror, whenever object is very closer to the mirror, at that time we get erect, magnified and virtual image. That is why dentists use concave mirror to see a tooth. Even shaving mirror and makeup mirror, there also we use concave mirror so that we can get magnified and virtual image. Whenever the distance of the object from the mirror increase, like whenever the object is at focus, okay, object is at focus, at that time real inverted and highly magnified image form. And highly magnified image formed by concave mirror. As the distance increase, we get real, magnified and diminished image. Diminished means smaller in size. So if we see concave mirror, image of the concave mirror, we are getting erect image as well as inverted image, magnified image as well as diminished image, real image as well as virtual image. So depending upon the distance between the mirror and the object, we get different type of images in the concave mirror. So use also as reflector. Concave mirror are used as motor headlight or searchlight, torches to produce an intense parallel beam of light. Used in shaving and makeup mirror, used by the dentist, right? So now if we see convex mirror, the nature of the images are some similar to the plane mirror, like erect and virtual image formed by convex mirror. Erect and virtual image formed by convex mirror. Size of the image is diminished. You may have seen that in the side of the road mirrors are fixed so that we can get diminished but a wider view. In car the mirror, motorbike the mirror, these are the convex mirror, so that we can get diminished but a. Now we will learn about the lenses. While learning about the lenses, children, you will keep comparing with what we have learned about the mirror. Mainly, there are two type of lenses: concave lens and convex lens. If we want to draw concave lens, the reflecting surfaces are concave. In contrast to the mirror, where only one surface is reflecting, in case of lenses, both the surfaces are reflecting. And this is the concave. Mainly, these two type of lenses are there. But depending upon the reflecting surface, concave lens may be of this kind, that is double concave. Double concave lens, right? It can be of this kind. One side is plane, one side is concave. Plano concave. Or it can be of this kind. This is convexo concave. So this three kind of concave lens can be possible. Similarly, this is also double convex, right? Then plano convex, then concavo. Now we will see how images are formed by a convex lens. Image formation by a convex lens. I told you that we will deal with mainly the biconvex lens. Okay. So, convex lens image formation, this is the convex lens, right? Now, these two parts are the part of a sphere. So, if we draw a line through the center of the two spheres, this is the principal axis of the convex lens, and this is the O. O is optical center, right? O is optical center. Now light ray parallel to the principal axis, light rays that are parallel to the principal axis, after passing through convex lens, converge to meet at a point on the principal axis. That point is the focus of the convex lens. So this distance is focal length, right? So this is the focus. You can see that light ray after passing through the convex lens converge to meet at a point. So convex lens also known as converging lens. If you can remember, we have seen that the convex mirror are diverging mirror, but convex lens are converging lens. That's why I told you that every time we have to compare with the mirror so that we can learn it properly. Okay. So that is how image formed in the convex lens. We have seen the parts: principal axis, optical center, focus, focal length of a convex lens. So now we will see some more cases of image formation by a convex lens. We know that distance between the lens and the object is the determining factor which determine the nature of the image. So, if the object is situated between F, that is the focus, and O, that is the optical center. Now, this is the lens, principal axis, optical center. Suppose this is the F. Distance between O and F is the first focal length. Similar distance here 2F. Same distance here F, 2F. Now given that the object is situated between F and O. So suppose this is the object. While drawing the diagram of the lens, we will keep in mind that light rays that are parallel to the principal axis, after passing through the lens, after passing through the lens, they will always pass through the focus. Okay, we will give the arrow. And light ray which will pass through the optical center will pass directly always, will not show any, will pass always. Okay, so you can see we are getting here two diverging rays. The rays are diverged from each other. So if we join these rays backward, at some of the point, this light rays will meet each other. There they will form the image of the object. So this line are not real, these are virtual. So definitely virtual image will form, right? So whenever you can see that the object is situated between the focus and the optical center, we are getting magnified, virtual and upright image. So we have to keep it in mind that light ray which is passing through the principal axis, parallel to the principal axis, always pass through the focus after passing through the lens. So now we will see when the object is situated at focus. Object is situated at focus. Okay, if that is the case, first as usual we will draw the convex lens, right? We will draw the principal axis, we will draw the optical center, we will draw the focus, OF distance, same distance to F, right? Here also F to F. We will draw it more perfectly. Object is situated at focus. Light ray parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus, and light ray which will pass through the optical center will not show any deviation, will pass directly. So you can see, if you use the scale while drawing the diagram, you will see two perfectly parallel lines. So if the two lines are parallel, that means they will never meet or they will meet at infinity, right? So if the two lines are parallel, they will never meet, that means they will meet at infinity. So image will form at infinity. Okay. Now when the object is situated between F and 2F. So see, we are taking the object at a distance position. First it was between F and O, then at F, now it is between F and 2F. So as we draw, simply we will draw the lens, the principal axis, the optical center, F to F, here also F to F. Now between F and 2F the object, so light ray which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus, and light ray which will pass through the optical center will not show any deviation, will pass. So where these two light rays are intersecting, we will get the image of the object. So you can see here actually we are getting the object is little bigger than the object, so we are getting real inverted and little magnified image. We will not. So after that, in fourth case, we will draw when the object is situated at 2F. Fifth case, we will draw when the object is situated beyond 2F. Sixth case, we will draw when the object is situated at infinity. Right? In all the cases, we will draw the diagram following the same principle I taught you. Just you will draw this, and later I will show you how to draw the diagram so that you can check that your nature of image is matching with mine. If your diagram drawn is perfect, it will match exactly. Okay. So practice this well, children. Thank you. Yet another thing, without showing that the lesson will remain incomplete, that is, we will take at least one example for the concave lens. Same way, principal axis, optical center, light rays that will fall on the concave lens will diverge. Okay, will diverge. They will meet at point here. Actually, they will not meet. We will assume a line, a point from where they are meeting actually. Right? So that is why concave lens is also known as diverging lens. If you can remember, we have discussed that concave mirrors are converging mirror. On the contrary, concave lens are diverging lens. So children, practice these diagrams well, clear your concept. We will not